You've all been here before. You know what I'm talking about. He's got two bozos hanging out at Joe's Crab Shack, waiting for happy hour. They're shooting stuff at you, throwing stuff at you, and you get bored of it. You decide, you know what, I'm gonna engage. Overlevel buddy hits you for about half your health for 1L2, and you realize you got help on the way. Oh shit, it's not so bad. Awesome. Great work there, buddy. Now you get to fight them on your own. I'm going to be talking about co-invaders in this video, and it's really a shame because it's such a rare occasion that you get a co-invader in Elden Ring. It's like the ratio that you get a blue to a co-invader is like 20 to 1, no exaggeration. So when I get one, personally, I get pretty excited. You know, it's a pretty rare opportunity. Get to fight side by side with a fellow bad red man. And, you know, it's great to have the help a lot of the time, too, because, you know, it's going to be a 2v2. If you do get another one, chances are other guys overleveled as hell. And great input eat there. I was strafing for the backstab. I walked around to his back, and then my backstab never came out. You know, oh well, I digress. So, fighting Mr. Beast here, the real one. And it's light rolling. This buddy's got Bloodhound Fang, pretty solid weapon. And this guy comes in, decides he wants to be Mr. Funny Man, wants to do a little bit of the teabags. I'm having none of that. Invading is serious business. If you want to be on my team, you gotta take this shit seriously, brother. You gotta be about it. You gotta show the effort, put that effort in. I'm not having no quitters, no funny guys on my team. But, yeah, I don't know what that guy was doing. Any amount of help would have been nice. You know, I did get a flash from killing him, so, you know, kudos for that. That was good. They got a flash too, so it kind of ends up being a net neutral. So just getting comboed by these guys having a rough time, and then I decided I gotta switch to something a little bit sweatier. I'm gonna pull my spear out, but I don't get what the point of that is. You know, it's probably just someone who's doing Bear's quest line. And they're like, oh, I don't wanna invade. I don't wanna, you know, be Mr. Mean Red guy. I'm just gonna be funny guy. It's like, you see me getting ganked by these two guys, give me a hand. And this is level 80. You know, these guys aren't just trying to progress the game. You know, just give it a little bit of effort. I think people are just so afraid of losing that they're not even gonna, you know, take a crack at it. You know, you can't lose if you never even try. And then I picked a really bad spot for myself there. I got hung up on those rocks, and I got hit midair. Little point down ritual, cute, good teamwork. Stay tuned to the end, because I'm going to get another crack at these guys. Just going to take a moment to formally apologize for that horrible Hulk Hogan impression. I don't know where that came from, that wasn't planned. It just kind of took over me. But not all co-invaders are bad, obviously. Just me and this guy, awesome teammate. So he was great to have, and just wanted to go on record knowing that I won't kill other Reds unless they aggress me first. That was probably the only, actually not probably, that was the only time I've ever done that with that guy who was teabagging there. With the exception of, like, you know, maybe doing like a Fight Club situation. But other than that, always going to help my other Red. And in fact, I feel like I go extra hard when I have a Red with me. It's like, I don't know, just something that's like, there's a little bit of pressure on there. Especially if I come in after they're already in there. It's like, you don't know what they've gone through. They could have knocked out like 2 Phantoms already, you know, a couple blues, so it's like, I'm going to try to be the best help that I can. And me and this guy, great teamwork. You know, we're switching targets, none of us are getting tunnel vision. Whenever one of us gets low on health, the other one runs right in. And that's something that I think is just really special about when you get a co-invader. It's like, you're not mic'd up with them, obviously. And, you know, just like the non-verbal communication, you both know what needs to be done, and you just get down to it. See, he gets low, I go and I cover for him. And we're just great teamwork, and it's so cool because all of this is just non-communicated. He just knows what's up. He's a good teammate. And I barely escaped there. That was a rough one. This Phantom's got to be over-leveled as hell, because even with Magic Fortification on, his Moonmail's doing like a K damage. Lock-on moment there. Targets the red. Awesome. And you should never feel bad about losing a 2v2 to other players. especially in an invasion situation like this, because a huge disadvantage that the Reds have is that we have friendly fire on. So you got to play pretty cautiously. Any kind of big like area of effect, spell is out of the question. At least it should be. You do get some people who aren't really thinking much and they hit you with a dragon breath or some other spell. And I'm periodically backing off just to reapply magic fortification and put some regen on. And I was really banking on the backstab there. Took a big risk and then ended up eating a cannon of Haima. Not my smartest move. Yeah, so light rolling Moonveil Mage, it's rough, tough stuff to deal with. Plus a Vike Spear, so I'm sweating hard here. Look at that damage, over 1,000 damage with 1 L2. So this guy's over leveled as hell, like I was saying earlier. And then foolishly I jump into that, end up eating the whole thing. RIP. But my teammate, absolutely clutch. Look at this. Gets the host, ends up trading with him. 2 health is what he skated by with. Absolute legend. Clutched it so hard. Sent me a message afterwards actually saying we got him. So that was really cool of him, just to make sure that I knew that we got the host. So I'm chalking that up as a victory. Would have been cool to take out the Phantom, just to know how over leveled he was, but I had a cool talk with that guy. Awesome teammate. So this whole video is not going to be negative. I'm going to be praising the good co-invaders I have, because I feel like as a whole you get more good ones than bad. Not all of them are the most skilled, but at least they try to put in the effort. It's really all I'm looking for. This is sped up obviously, but I left in the 3 or 4 minutes of me actually just trying to find these guys. And it wasn't a problem of finding them, it was just the fucking bloody finger not working. You would think at a minimum that would just put me on the same level of elevation as them. Is that really too much to ask? By this point that shit's probably never getting reworked, so oh well. But anyways, it's kind of a good thing because it gave just enough time for a co-invader to show up. And he sneaky tried to hit me with the Rose's Axe, ambush. What this Phantom does after getting put in hit stun next will shock you. Can you believe it? He monkey mashed out of hit stun. Who would have seen it coming? I did, because I'm just that good. I can predict my opponents before they even realize what they're going to do. There's no possible way anyone could have known he was going to monkey mash out of hit stun. And then just such a weird phenomenon. As soon as you parry someone, they're like, oh, they parried me? That's a great idea. I'm going to do that. So he pulled out a parry shield of his own. And just fighting these two guys, Co-Invader shows up, so we're chilling. He's got flaming strikes, so he knows what's up. Having a little greatsword mirror with this guy here. And man, do I hope that one day they address the fucking spawn points in this game, because the amount of time I waste just riding around stupid areas. And big shout out to anyone who wants to run some 2v2s. It's they're not fair obviously, but because chances are they're gonna have an overleveled guy with them. But still, I'll take it honestly, because you get a lot of players, they complain, oh, they're ganking, they're doing this, they're doing that, but they could be so much meaner, and just the fact that they let me have a teammate, I'll take it honestly. And another really overleveled guy, 2 hits of his axe did most of my health. And he's just keeping me at bay here. I gotta be careful, because if I get hit by a Night Comet once, I'm toast. And then throwing some mists to try to heal. Sneaky little grape bow play on my part there. I was pretty hyped about that. And then host here, he pulls off some next level shitter tech. I almost want to cut this because other players are gonna see it. So he jumps on those barrels there and dives onto that little ledge to run away. It was pretty sneaky there. And as those barrels are broken, we're not getting down there. So me and my teammates kind of looked at each other and we were like, ah, shit, we're going to have to run all this way after the amount of time it took to actually get to them. And we do. I think he's out of bloody fingers. He doesn't use his. I don't want to take the risk and have him get away. And it's about at this point where I realize what's happening. He's running right for the fog wall and just wasted our time. But joke's on him, because I can make content out of this, and at least 20 people are going to see it. So who's laughing now? So this is Dark Souls 2, just get a backstab him out of the fog wall. That was a great feature. It's just really a shame they took that out. Dark Souls 2 had a lot of flaws, but that was one thing it got right for sure. That guy, another 10 out of 10 co-invader. Able to hold his own, good setup. I don't even care if you have a good setup. He was able to hold his own. We were able to, make quick work of the Phantom, kept the host distracted, and most importantly, he was there for emotional support while we took that long walk together. I was happy to have someone else with me there. Didn't have to take that long walk of shame alone. But finding ourselves back at Limegrave here, Limgrave, whatever you want to call it. A lot of players really struggle with this area. They got 2 buddies at level 80. But we all got to start somewhere. We'll get better at the game eventually. And classic mage here, basically no health. So took care of both of his phantoms pretty quick, and just him left. And get a host alone. It's not really a big deal. I should have been able to take this guy out, but whatever. And as much as I'm happy about the curved greatsword buff, I kind of don't like it at the same time. It's like players, these Radon players with the Bloodhound Fang, it's like they used to be not a big deal at all, but they're a little bit of a threat now. It's like with the speed of the curved greatswords now, they can just mash R1 and they're going to outrange most weapons, outdamage most weapons. It's pretty brain dead. And speaking of stuff that got nerfed, my new strategy for dealing with Rivers of Blood is I just face tank the first half of it because it does so little damage now, and then try to parry the second part, and really did not work out for me there. I got bled, just ran off with very little amount of health. I'm playing really recklessly here. I'm like, oh, it's only the host left, should be easy. Famous last words. But this guy's named Valone, named after a streetwear brand. By a known sexual predator, so that tells me all I need to know about him, and he is a blue, so rest in piss, bozo. Can't say I'll miss you. And so another blue immediately shows up, because God forbid the host gets left alone for even 2 minutes. And this is just a man who, or woman, whatever, not the point. He just refuses to learn. I'm gonna call him he, because he's wearing Radon armor. Incapable of learning, will not learn from his mistakes. And he will probably go the whole playthrough without learning from his mistakes, because it works. That guy using the stupid madness beam, so that's a go for me to use my own madness stuff. Another bozo down, pretty easy. At this point, killed 4 people, haven't gotten a partner of my own. And that's kind of what I was talking about earlier. It's the ratio just seems way off. It's why do they get so much help and you can't just throw me a bone, game? I'm really not asking for much. And someone's got to get a parry count going here, because they just keep coming. And I guess this guy's banking on me. I'm he'll miss eventually. It's going to work soon. And then I finally get a co-invader. So I'm feeling pretty good now. I've been whittling this guy down. I'm alright, with 2 people, should be a piece of cake. We'll take him out pretty easily. Another parry on this big brain Bloodhound finesse user. I do wonder here if some of these reds are just gankers in disguise, or they're fucking, players who were sick of getting invaded, so they're now's my chance to take revenge on the Reds. Or maybe I'm just overthinking this, and I forget how well this game sold, and there's a good chance just a lot of actual children who are playing this game, and just think, oh, Red, I gotta kill. This guy was a little sus of, with that hammer, but then I was oh, he was trying to go for a wake-up. Ended up hitting me once with his magic bow, thought it was a mistake, and then that guy bowed. I shot him off, thought he was dead, and then Co-Invader hits me again after we go down to the beach here. I kind of gave him a look, I was bro, that's the second time, what are we doing here? And then, so I'm still not paying attention to him, think he's on my side, and now he decides to turn on me. And I'm pretty pissed at this point. I play a little bit recklessly. It was I thought you were on my team here. I guess the host bowed, so then he was oh, he's trying to honor duel, and my co-invader here is being dishonorable. I gotta teach him a lesson. You don't know what I've been through. You were on the bench, I was in the trench. 2 failed parries there really cost me. Parries were working out so well for me earlier that I just wanted to keep going with them. And those 2 misses are probably my fatal flaw here. And then this little spinny thing that the mage is doing, it's stunning me because I have very low poise in this build. And so I'm desperation play here, gotta pull out the bikes, hopefully drain some of this mage's FP if I can madness him. Another hunter showed up at this point too, so this is really a dire situation. especially after putting in so much work here, because this is probably like an 8-minute invasion total. Get stunned, comboed into the Bloodhound Fang. Really disheartening end to that invasion. It's like, I was killed, what, like 4 people at that point before the other red showed up, thinking I'm finally getting a hand. And nope, he was a undercover hunter or something. And then what do they do after they kill the other red there? Then are they going to bow and do a little honor duel while the hunter comes and then stabs the other red in the back? You know, whatever. It's just a game. I'm being salty for no reason here. I just fail to understand these players' logic. And hey, here we are again. You recognize these guys? It's Mr. Beast. And Mr. Beast, I am now in a Mr. Beast video. Mr. Beast turned into a dragon. Crazy stuff is happening here. And if I win $1 million. Big money on the line here. It is a Mr. Beast video after all. So the good thing about people who run Taunter's Tongue is that, you know, you pretty much have a guarantee to invade them again if you just go back to where they are, do the invade local. And I got a co-invader here who's actually willing to help. That's all I need. And I'm focusing on the light rolling over level guy here. And just taking him to roll catch town. You know, he doesn't know how to roll because he's a light roller. So you just mash roll and you know, you can outspace him and get a heal off. So my co-invader here doing a good job. He's focusing the host, which is fine. You know, he's got very little health, so I'm trying to do my best just to keep, you know, the summon off of him because he can get blundered real quick. The fact that both of these players are named Mr. Beast, I think, supports my theory pretty well that a lot of the people you come up against this game are children, which, you know, probably makes you feel worse that you're getting dunked on by kids sometimes. But it is what it is. And you know what? Terrible Mr. Beast cosplay, by the way. Like, looks nothing like him. And that guy was a juicy one. Had to give him a quick teabag. Would have gave him more, but, you know, can't leave my fellow red unattended. 42k. That's a big boy right there. And then host alone, running away. Put him down like a dog. Hit him with a lightning bolt in the back. You know, GG's to my fellow red. And that's, you know, the co-invader experience. Very hit or miss. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.